Welcome back, viewers, to the Tobago Updates morning show. And in studio, we have a very special person, two very special people, as a matter of fact. We have the very famous professional swimmer, John Procope, and he is ably assisted here by his good friend, Richard Conybear, who would be a support swimmer. And we're talking about the upcoming swim around Tobago. Ladies and gentlemen, you might know Mr. Procope. Last year, he swam from Tobago. From Trinidad, sorry, to Tobago.
Tobago to Trinidad.
From Tobago to Trinidad.
Yes, correct.
He swam from Tobago to Trinidad. I think it took him just about 24 hours. He was in the ocean for, but he kept going at it. And now he's trying a new challenge, the upcoming swim around Tobago. Good morning and welcome, gentlemen.
Good morning.
So, Mr. Procope, let me get straight into it. Why it is you're looking to swim around Tobago?
Well, people asked what is next after the swim from Tobago to Trinidad, and I think it's the next logical step. After swimming from Tobago to Trinidad, I didn't want to try the same thing again, especially if I didn't end up being as lucky as I was the first time. So I thought, let me stick to home ground. And Richard and I, we do a lot of swimming in Tobago, and we don't leave Tobago very often. So we figured we would do a circumnavigation of the island to draw more attention to the wonderful opportunities that Tobago affords for wild swimming, ocean swimming. We wanted to showcase the beauty of Tobago's coastline and help to promote the island as a destination for ocean swimming.
And when is this swim carried to take place?
Well, that's a good question because we have to be very careful about planning with the weather. But we're hoping for the first half of October. In fact, we have to have the swim done before the middle of October. So as soon as we get good weather conditions, we're going to try and pick a weekend so that more people can be a part of the whole adventure. And then we're going to go for it.
So that's the next question I was going to come to. Is this something that you're inviting other persons to participate, come in the water with you, probably come alongside you in a boat, that kind of thing? Is it just the two of you?
Absolutely. If anyone sort of feels the urge and the need, then for sure, you know, more the merrier, along with pilot whales and any other sort of ocean life.
Okay. And training for something like this, what has training for something like this been like?
Yeah, that's been, well, John's done a lot more training than I have personally, but although I've been sustaining sort of my swimming for a long time, but I did get a little setback a couple of years ago when I got hit by a pirogue swimming around Booby's Rock up in Charlottesville, but that was another story. Yeah, I've sort of come back again. And I'm here to support this fella.
Okay, so swimming around Tobago, that's no easy task. Tell us, how precarious of an endeavor is this?
Well, to put it simply, it's going to be probably twice as long as the last swim. The distance between Tobago to Trinidad is approximately the distance of the length of Tobago. So we have to go all the way up the Caribbean side, leaving from Stowe, and then come all the way down the Atlantic side and get back to Stowe. So we're expecting that it's going to be a much larger challenge than the last time. However, this time we're swimming close to shore, and we're swimming around Tobago at a time of year that should afford us fairly decent sea conditions from a weather perspective. So we're not expecting to encounter the sort of aggressive currents that the Galleon's Passage is known for. So getting the exact timing is not as important this time around. However, getting good weather is going to be of great benefit. But yeah, we're expecting it to definitely go longer than 24 hours. Probably close to 35, maybe even as much as 40, depending. And if that happens, the big concern is salt tongue, which is a condition that I experienced last time. I wasn't able to eat solid food for about 4 or 5 days after the swim because of the caustic effect that the salt has on your tongue. And luckily, we have a little bit more knowledge to light our way.
He has a remedy.
Yes.
In the form of coconut oil, which
Oh,
apparently
okay.
sort of lines the tongue and prevents that
Prevent that
issue.
from happening.
Yeah.
Or at least reduces the effects significantly. So,
Okay, so I was now going to get into like, what is the impact? Because this is something very grueling. Going 35, 40 hours, you're in the ocean, constantly swimming. You're not eating. Yeah, I don't know if you're eating or you can't eat as you would want to eat. You probably can't hydrate yourself as you would normally would if you're under that kind of strain. So just talk to us about the experience from last time and what you think the experience would be going forward in this new endeavor.
well, last time we had a 45-minute alarm that would go off, and that would be the break time. And I'd stop, drink coconut water, a few other beverages as well, depending on the time of day, depending on if I was getting hungry or not. And obviously, CKA figs. And this time, we're planning on having the breaks every half an hour.
Okay.
But we're still going to stick with the same formula: coconut water, CKA figs, a bit of Ensure, some Lucozade, some Ribena, just for variety. And of course, coconut water to coat the tongue before and after feedings. That's the plan, really, to make sure that we stay as well hydrated as possible and keep our energy levels up. And we're going to be doing this in a way that utilizes the strengths of a support swimmer system. So I'm going to be swimming, and Richard is going to be coming in to make sure that I keep my proper pace, and that if I'm starting to lag in any way, he'd be my encouragement. And then whenever Richard gets tired, he can come out of the water, and our other support swimmer, William Carr, will come in the water. He'll be fresh, and then he'll keep pace with me. And that's the plan, to keep it going like that.
Keep up morale.
Yes, indeed.
I was
Very important.
I was now going to ask you, Mr. Conybear, if what experience you have in long distance swimming, and what is your role as a support swimmer? But we got the answer for the support swimmer. But in terms of your experience in long distance swimming,
Well, prior to my accident, I was training with John to complete the swim from Tobago to Trinidad, but circumstances sort of cut that short. But yeah, I do a lot of open water swimming, and I have done for the 24 years that I've been coming to Tobago. So I'm quite comfortable. I'm more comfortable in the ocean than I am right here now. That's for sure.
you spoke about your accident, and we're very glad to see that you've been able to recover from your accident. But that raises the question of safety concerns while at sea.
Absolutely.
What precautions would be taken for this swim?
Well, it's very, very important to have the guide boat along with us, with a very experienced team, the Predator team. So we're going with exactly the same team as we did when we attempted to swim from Tobago to Trinidad.
Okay.
And they are very, very experienced, very knowledgeable about the sea conditions and about boat safety. And so this will be paramount, as well as we will be having a kayaker coming along on this occasion, which should make things even more efficient and comfortable and safe, because that way the boat doesn't have to come as close to us,
How do you deal with situations, because you're swimming for very extended periods? How do you deal with the development of cramps or injuries of any sort like that?
I tend to think that it is a mental journey, and it's all about sort of getting your body back to neutral, not sort of anticipating too much of the what ifs,
Right.
you know, and the anxieties that come with that. And just trying to be in the middle of a yin yang state, and but if your diet's good enough, and you keep hydrated, and then there shouldn't be any issues. It's a long haul, and it's not sort of fast twitch muscles that we use. But yeah, I think he's capable of doing it. Yeah.
So undertaking an endeavor like this is going to be quite expensive, quite costly.
Yes.
What are you all doing, like, to raise funds to help mitigate the costs?
Oh, well, I'm really glad you mentioned that, because we have a Donate 68 page that we are asking any and everyone for small donations. When I say small, I'm talking about anything from $10 to $50 TT, from as many people as possible. We also are hoping to raise money during the swim. The last time that I swam for my personal campaigns, which were raising awareness of the devastating impacts of climate change and overfishing and pollution on our ocean, and the need to encourage and promote learn to swim programs nationwide. And this time we're taking it a step further, and we're actually going to be raising donations during the swim for our two NGOs, which are specific to these causes. The first NGO is Species, and that's for the ocean conservation. And the other NGO is the AquaSmart Foundation, and that is for Learn to Swim. So during the swim, we're actually going to be raising money for these two non-governmental organizations in order to support the causes that we're swimming for.
Okay, gentlemen, do you have any last messages you'd like to tell the public, any last encouragement to come out and support before we wrap up the interview?
Well, we hope that the whole of Tobago, in whatever way that is possible, will come and support us, whether you're coming to Tobago for the start and for the finish, or whether you're going to find a good vantage point along the way to see us passing by. We're hoping that as many people as possible come out and support us, and we all work together to encourage more people island-wide and region-wide to learn to swim, and of course to develop a relationship with the ocean so that we can work together to protect and conserve it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from Mr. John Procope and from Mr. Richard Conybear, and they are talking about the upcoming swim around Tobago. It's supposed to take place sometime in October, before the middle of the month. You said before the middle of the month of October gets here, they will be endeavoring to swim around Tobago. It should take about 35 to 40 hours by their estimation. We wish them the best of luck. They're looking to raise awareness and raise funds for their various endeavors. And we wish you gentlemen the best of luck and protection and God's grace on the seas.
Thank you very much.
Much
So ladies
appreciated.
and gentlemen, unfortunately we have come to the end of our program. But before we go to our photo of the day. Yes, our photo of the day was sent in by Sergeant Emmanuel York, and this is a shot. Yes, this is a shot from Mount St. George. Did you guess Mount St. George? This is a beautiful, beautiful shot of the sunset as the sun is going down there over the mountains of Mount St. George. Before we go, we have to remind you, tonight it is on Tobago Updates. We'll be bringing live the Soca Titans auditions. Yes, Tobago Updates will be bringing to you live the Soca Titans auditions, which will be taking place at the Shore Park Complex, starting from 7 p.m. And we have a lineup here of performers who would bring a great excitement. We have Zwade, Kidani, Shikwan, Creed Black, Jakez, Nikia, Royal, Num Num, he's a former winner, Prenzo, Mr. Soul, Tam Tam, J Impress, Frankie D, Caston Cupid, Tobago China, Sectional Story, Prince Pucky Burns 100, and the Tonic G Music. So those of you who want to support the culture, want to support Tobago Carnival, you could come out tonight at Shore Park Complex starting at 7 p.m. The Soca Titans auditions will be live. Let us support our Tobago artists. Let us support the growth of the soca industry in Tobago as we try to establish the Tobago Carnival as something, a global brand. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the end of our program for today, but our programming continues. We have GMT up next. So do us a favor. Share the live, share the live, share the live. GMT is up next.